Yeah, you did make it first. Hey, Sid. Oh my goodness. No, afraid to think she made it first. She didn't. Oh, hey, Julia. Thanks for showing up. The problem is that I thought I was in the Windows part. Hang on, but I can't, for whatever reason, I cannot see the chat. I mean, I can see the chat, but I can't do anything in the chat. And why is, oh, wait, hang on. Maybe it'll let me do it this way. Desktop. Okay, I might have to come right back. Hang on, hang on. God, what the fuck are all these options? Did you guys hear me asking if you saw me on camera? Um, so I should be able to. Oh, no, Simple said, where the fuck you go now? So that didn't happen. Okay, got it. I think I got it. Yeah. Okay. All right. Sorry. Yeah. I mean, it's hard to do on a phone. Ask Kiss. Like it's not easy. I mean, it's easy. It's easy to kick yourself off panel. It's easy to lose. Whatever the hell you're trying to do on a phone. Um, this is way harder on a laptop. All right. All right. So yeah, I'm a little upset. I don't believe that that dude whatever his fucking name is 10 it's I don't even know. I really don't care. He was in a kayak. He's claiming, oh, law enforcement left all this behind Kylie Rodney's car. Sorry. I don't buy that for a second. And let me tell you why I don't buy it. Um Back in the 90s, I had a car accident, okay? Was very young. Back then, um back then, you know, the only thing that there was to investigate were the skid marks. Now, they didn't leave those behind. Okay. They came out and they investigated. They looked at those fucking skid marks and they were like, oh, you were going probably this miles an hour, based on the weight of your car, blah, 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 the condition of it, da, da, da. They looked at the other vehicle. There's no fucking way. This was in the 90s. There's no fucking way that Placer County is going to leave behind a goddamn MacBook, the fucking the charger cord, and whatever else he claims was down there. It's 2022. Come the fuck on. There's no there's no fucking way that they're leaving that shit behind. Plus, on top of that, they were already down there. They would have seen that shit fall out of the car. So you think that not you guys, but these true crime, quote unquote, true crime channels, they think that they're going to flip the car. Oh, the cell phone and the laptop fell out. We're just going to leave that behind. That's what pisses me off. Okay, maybe I need to explain why I'm so pissed off. All right, look, Ryan Upchurch may be saying some crazy shit, but what's crazier? What Ryan Upchurch is saying or what these other people are saying today? That they were down there flipping that car over, letting a bunch of shit fall out of the fucking window, and they were just like, oh, well, I mean, obviously, we can see the fucking license plate. We can see a body in the inside of it. We can see shoes. We can see a charger cord. We can see a whatever. We can see a seatbelt. But we're just going to leave all of this shit as we flip the vehicle over. We're just going to leave that on the bottom of the lake. Look, as someone who goes out on lakes periodically, right? I have a boat. I have a depth finder, the same fucking not exactly the same fucking equipment that AWP has. I see a lot of dudes on the lake that do have that equipment. They're barely paying attention to where they're going or what's going on around them because that equipment is so good. If you go back and look at that video, you can actually see the fucking fish swimming around the car. And when you drop your bait down in front of them, you can also see the fucking bait. So, you know how frustrated you get with people walking around in the street where they are looking at their phones and they're not looking where they're going? It's the same kind of damn thing with the fishermen on the lake these days with those damn depth finders, right? Anyways, okay. Back to the chat. Let me see if I can drop a link if anybody wants to come out. Give me 1 second. Pisses me off. Dude posted a video of a bunch of shit that he threw in the fucking lake yesterday, or the day before. I don't know why this thing is buffering. Hang on. Hold up. Sid said, I don't know why AWP weren't allowed to bring the car out. That's what they do. Also, they would have sealed the windows, etc., to keep everything inside. Well, Sid, again, we don't know that didn't happen. I mean, we really don't. That video is highly edited. I mean, that's all I can say about that. Where they watch on two screens, one is live and one and can see the fish. Well, actually, there's three. There's actually three screens samples. One is what is it called? Fuck, my boat's in the driveway, not in the water, so I can't tell you. Well, I guess I could hook up my fish finder. One is called Sonar, and that's basically the 360-degree view underneath the boat. The other one's called not solar, but something else. and that's like a slice view. And then the third one for what he has, because I don't have that much money or that much equipment, but the third one that he has is actually it's an AI view of both of those combined. I do know that. Well, Hermit over here, symbols. It's a hummingbird. That's the brand. So I'm not sure. I mean, I don't think that's the view. That's the brand. I can't remember what the view is called. Um, yeah, this shit. No, I don't know. It pisses me off. I think Voodoo Queen's backing up in the driveway. Yeah, I think she sounds like it. Hang on a second. See if anybody wants to come up here. Give me 1 second, guys. See if I can copy this. Copy. Is it gonna let me do it? Paste. Yes. Oh, did it work? Hopefully it worked. No, okay, so the reason I'm so pissed off about this shit is yep, that was Voodoo Queen. There's the lovely, beautiful woman herself. She's making her way in. Hang on. Mary, put in the chat who the hell you are. And not only that, but post me a pictures. Oh, sorry. All right, baby. I love you too. I gotta sure you're not. What's uh, that dude that likes to porn bomb people and shit.
I gotta go put up my purse, guys.
Although if you're Prime, I might like having you up because I think you're kind of funny. Or if you're Rebel and you want to talk about why the fuck I'm banned on your channel, even though I never said shit about you or don't come from that fucking community. Either way, just show me something other than your penis. I don't want to see your penis. Come on. Mary, come on. Seriously. It's, honestly, look, it's not even a fair fight, right? Clearly, I don't have OBS. I don't have a VPN. You want to come up on this channel, you fucking sit there. Okay, I see you. I see you. All right, all right, all right. We'll add you to the stream. For whatever reason, it's not.
Hello.
Hey, Mary.
Hey. You don't remember me? I'm from that other woman that used to do StreamYards. I forgot her name, but you were on there too. I'm from Tennessee, Nashville, Tennessee.
Brooks. Crime
so.
Lines and Lines.
I don't know, but I don't. It's that other woman. Some woman that you came on her stream and I asked you to
Maybe
come on the panel.
Stella's van life. Well,
I
it doesn't
guess so.
matter.
I don't know.
What do you want to talk about?
How are you today? I figured you might remember me.
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. What do you
I
think
just
about?
wanted to
What do
say
you?
hello.
Oh, hey, what do you think about this guy claiming that he found a bunch of evidence that law enforcement left around in the bottom of a lake, which was, basically at this point at the shore, 4 feet, 5 feet deep. What do you think about that?
I don't know. I haven't heard that about that. That's all new to me.
Well, so you know about the Kylie Rodney case, right?
No,
Oh, you don't know about the missing 16-year-old in Truckee, California?
no, I don't watch the news that much. All today, I haven't. I've been noticing that Queen Elizabeth has passed away. That's what my
Yeah.
TV has been saying all day today.
Yeah.
I don't watch the news that much.
Okay. Yes, Queen Elizabeth did pass away today. Rest in peace, Queen Elizabeth. I
She
think
was
she reigned,
96.
yeah, 96 years old. That's it's actually about how old my great grandmother was when she passed away back in 1990 something. Um, I hate to say it, but uh, Queen Elizabeth was just as much of a part of my life as my great grandmother was, which was, kind of an everyday thing.
Yeah,
Um,
same here. I know her ever since I was born. I've
yeah,
heard her name and what she does.
yeah, that's true. So
Did
you
you?
haven't heard of this Kylie Rodney case at all?
No.
Yeah, she was a missing 16-year-old out of California
They
for the
found
last
her.
4 weeks, and a group of YouTubers found her.
Well, they're dive specialists, so that's what they do. They just happen to have a YouTube channel too.
Yeah, yeah. That's true. That's true. That's Voodoo Queen, my girlfriend. Um,
Hi,
Hello,
Mary.
Beauty Queen. Hello. It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. You have a southern accent as well. I know mine's a little thick. What region is yours from?
Nashville, Tennessee.
Okay,
That's where I'm from. Nashville, Tennessee.
I'm from Louisiana.
okay, and
The hot sauce state.
I'm sorry. What? Say that again.
I'm from Nashville, Tennessee.
Gotcha. Yeah, and I'm from Dallas, Texas. So
Yeah, I remember you from that other stream yard. Can't think of that name.
Was it BAMS?
no, it wasn't Bams.
I don't know. It was some woman.
I think it was Crime Lines and Lies.
She talked like she was up in New York City. Was she from New York City?
Um,
I don't know.
I don't
I,
know. I remember you, Mary. I just can't remember what panel, what panel it was. New York City. I don't know that I
I
go.
don't know. It was
It
some
could
type of panel.
it could have been what's it her name? Truth Seeker, Truth Teller? I don't remember.
No, I don't. Not Truth Teller. Truth
But
Teller
you
is a
did
channel.
subscribe me though. You did subscribe to me because I asked. I didn't know. I asked you to subscribe me because I subscribed you, and I asked you if it was all right if can subscribe you, and you said
Yeah,
yeah.
I remember that. I think it was Crime Lines and Lies. I think that
It
was
could
the
have
one.
been. I don't know.
She has a kind of a flat accent.
Yeah, I think it was hers because I don't go. I well, Not that I know of. I
I sound like Jodie Foster. Some people say I sound like Jodie Foster.
Dude,
Video Queen said you do.
Oh my God. Well, I've been on other streams and others people's been telling me sing like Dolly Parton. And I'm like, I'm not 75 years of age. I'm not Dolly Parton. I'm sorry, I don't sing. Just because I'm in Tennessee, I don't sing. I'm not a good singer. If I sing low, really low.
What's her name? God dang it. I can't go out of my. I can't go out.
is she talking about
She's talking about. It was on.
one I like?
No. Oh God dang it. The woman that's up in the Northeast that little man, little man's birthday.
Oh,
That's who it is.
Oh yeah.
Not Crime Lines and Lies. It's
Candy Kisses.
Candy Kisses Forever.
Yeah.
That's whose panel.
Yeah, her.
Yes. Yes, she's a sweetheart.
Yeah, I haven't seen her live lately.
No, I haven't either. I hope she's doing okay.
Yeah.
I gave her a little bit of money a while back, and she hasn't responded. So I hope she's doing okay. And I quit listening to. What was it yesterday? I was at work, and Robbie posted on his community post, "You don't want to miss this," and it was a live with Dorothy, and I was like, "What the fuck?" Like, why? What? Yeah, and I did pop in there for a minute, but no, I couldn't say anything. Obviously, 'cause I'm blocked. But she had her camera on. She was going through her refrigerator, all of that, and she's kissing Robbie's ass, and I just I was like, whatever. Like,
You're not gonna see me on camera because I'm a private person.
Yeah.
Sorry if anybody was wanting to know what I look like. I'm not gonna be showing my face. Sorry.
He sounds like Uncle Pete.
Well, I don't mind showing them my face. I don't mind going on camera. I'm sick of that. I'm sick of that drama. I'm sick of that crap that they're putting out.
Who is Uncle Pete?
Oh, that's from
That's from
a different channel, Kiss My Ex's channel.
Oh.
She gave us a lot of laughs on New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
She does a lot of different voices. She's funny.
I don't do voices. I just talk to my regular voice that I have now.
Yeah.
But she does a voice that sounds similar to yours.
Oh.
Yeah, I think because she was imitating us, right?
Yeah. She was trying to do a Southern accent, which there's so many, and people outside the U.S. don't realize that.
Yeah.
Is that your mom, bedtime clown?
No. No, that's my girlfriend.
Oh, I thought that was your mother. Sorry.
No.
Not even close.
Let's see. What's the chat saying? With bodies inside, never heard of them until the Kylie Rodney case. Yeah, Freda, they've been popping up in my algorithm and feed for, I don't know, about 2 years, I guess. And of course, hanging around the true crime channels, they were never finding anybody that I was interested in, I guess, or nobody that I was following. Of course, then again, for the past 2 years, people weren't popping up, or maybe it was possible they were missing in bodies of water up until Kylie Rodney. So that's kind of what got me interested in them. Plus, I don't really get to see or I only get to hear what happens for the most part because I listen at work because I have to do stuff. I can't be I don't look at my phone. Um, who believes the tow truck guy? I kind of question why AWP put him in the video at the beginning saying what he's saying.
That is definitely questionable.
Yeah.
What were their motives to
What?
do that?
Yeah. Why? Well, why not only say that, but what or do that, but why have him saying, "Oh, I put my hands, on parts of the car, the seat belts and all that kind of stuff." That's questionable to me. Then again, why did law enforcement let him do it, or let them put that out at all? But then again, what can law enforcement really do? I mean, listen, people put videos out all the time. I mean, what has Armchair Detective done for fucking 4 years? What really can law enforcement do about somebody putting out false information? And in my opinion, they can't do shit because Armchair Detective does that on a daily basis, almost. I don't know. What do you think, Mary? Do I think that is the rear seat belt sticking out of the hatchback? No, I don't. No, I don't. My ex had a 2013 or 14 CRV. I never sat in the back of it like that. But I don't think, hey, Keith, I think I see Keith Anderson at the Rebels chat. Uh, hey. Anyways, no, I don't think that thing can stretch that far back. Yeah, I could be wrong. You know, so would it not be long enough? Well, I don't think it extends that far. Um,
Thank you for having me up.
yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome, Mary. Um, hang on. If anyone else wants to come up, let's see if I can post it. Nope. Hang on one second.
Yes, I missed your live earlier because I was in meetings. All right, Mary, have a good day. What's Julia saying? It can stretch down, but it has the same bar as both. Somebody has the same bar that he showed. The back isn't long though, Julia. The back of that year of CRV, my cousins had one as well, and it's just enough to put like when my cousins would drive from their state to mine and come visit, it would fit 2 suitcases and a couple of other bags. So it's really not that long. Now, when you lay the seats down from the cargo all the way to the front, that is long. I mean, it's for the size of the car, but that's the only way you're getting any length out of that. That cargo area where the hatch is in the very back isn't that long. Oh, you're talking about the seat belt, honey. I'm sorry.
I mean, it's not that far from where the seatbelt comes comes out of the top, right, to the back, and you're talking tangentially, so you're I'm saying at an angle, right?
Yeah. You're talking about the back seat, right?
Yeah, well, from the back seat, because there's not seatbelts in the back, like in the very back. It's cargo.
Like mine is much bigger.
Now there may be straps, that come up out of the floorboard or whatever.
I don't recall there being any.
Do you have any in your car?
No, not in mine either. Julia, I heard another YouTuber speculating that that she had seen something that she thought was holding down the person in the back. No, I said, Wiccan, I don't know her. I don't know. She was on a panel, probably goes to some of the other channels that Clown goes to. I don't, he can listen to streams while he's at work, while he's working, and I can't do that because I'm facilitating meetings.
Yes, that is true. I listen to a lot of streams at work. A lot of them. Sometimes it depends on, like how good it is or whatever.
But you know a lot more communities. I know like 2 because I'm not a people person.
Wiccan said she lost a few brain cells, but I'm gaining them back now that you're here. Yeah, I know. There's some communities I'm like, I'm fucking out of here, man. I can't fucking do this shit. Like, you're literally making me want to put a gun in my mouth, pull the trigger. So I totally get that.
I agree, hippie, but I'm not going to presume. Not going to presume.
Well, somebody come up. I mean, if anybody's been following this case, here the reason I'm pissed off. Okay, I thought I said it on Kiss's channel with all y'all in there. The reason I'm pissed off is not just because of what Ryan Upchurch has been saying or whatever. That dude can say whatever the fuck he wants. 3 million subscribers, all that, whatever. The reason I'm pissed off is I feel like some dude literally went to go kayak at a lake that looks sort of like Prosser Lake, and threw some shit in the goddamn water 4 feet deep and claims that, oh, law enforcement in Placer County did this, that, and the other. No, motherfucker. No, that's bullshit. especially since you don't see them fucking tracks. And if there's such a fucking heat wave and there ain't been no rain, where the fuck did the tracks go? That's why I'm pissed off.
Because you think somebody planted it.
And people on YouTube are going, oh, let's do fucking 8-hour lives on this shit, even though you can clearly see in the fucking background that there wasn't a car pulled out of the fucking water or drove in it.
Yeah.
That's what I'm pissed off about. And then you got Upchurch going, well, look at all the other shit that doesn't exist. Right? That's what I'm fucking mad about. So what are people's thoughts on Sammy? Seems a bit dodgy to me, but I'd hate to see AD's Muppets make her the new NK. Oh God.
Okay, so let me explain for Kiss who Sammy is. She is the other teenager that said that she was best friends with
Kylie.
But
she's not friends with her at all, according to Kylie's other friends.
Right. She seems to be kind of a wanting her 15 minutes of fame is the way it comes across. And she can be, if you've watched any of the interviews online, and I mean like from a news station, it appears that she talks in a way that's very off-putting because she separates herself from the other teenagers,
right?
With all the language that she uses, like she's not a teenager herself. She's 18 years old,
right?
And she's quickly jumped into the limelight. The thing that was the most off-putting for me is that somebody interviewed her on a YouTube channel, and they said an article of clothing was found that's Kylie's, and this girl Sandy quickly said that if it wasn't on her website or some other website or law enforcement's, then it hasn't been validated. Yeah, exactly, Julia, exactly. And it's like, oh, who the heck are you?
Hippie chick, I've never seen that guy. Final Destination. I like his theory about it all. Can you type in the chat, hippie chick, like what his, like, a synopsis of what his theory is about it all?
Yeah, or if you want to come up.
Because I definitely will go check it out.
Yeah.
And like I said, if anybody wants to come up and talk, it's fine. Come on up.
You're welcome, Kiss.
Yeah, sorry, Kiss. I think I'm madder. I've been watching this for 3 weeks, and I'm just madder at the whole goddamn situation than I am, anything else. It just.
Wait, I have a domestic question right quick.
To me, oh yeah. Sorry.
Sorry, chat.
Sorry.
Did the contractor come today and work on the floor? Is he still here?
No, I only saw.
That's the contractor. I don't want to say his name.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Is he still here?
I think so. He should be. I haven't heard him.
Okay. I'm gonna go check right quick.
Okay.
Sorry. Sorry.
Shit. Now I can't remember what the hell I was saying.
I'm sorry.
Fentanyl overdose or spiking. Sammy possibly had an ex who was done for selling fake pills. Well, I mean, that kind of shit happens. But then again, fentanyl overdose. Okay, she overdosed. Did she? The question still begs to be answered, in my opinion. She overdosed. Did she drive the car in the lake herself, or did someone put it in there? That's the whole thing, right? So I don't know. I'm not on the Upchurch train. That it's all fake. I mean, I'm in Dallas. It could be fake. It very well could be. I'm not saying he's 100% wrong. I'm just saying, why the hell would mainstream media put that out there? But then again, I got to be honest. And Frank, when the morning I woke up and I saw that the Sandy Hook shooting had happened, and then like on the 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock a.m. news or whatever, and they turned around and ran a commercial for the Fort Worth gun show, I was like, this has got to be fucking fake. Like, are you serious? How the, what the, you know?
Yeah,
I mean,
the producers should have caught that.
Yeah, and I wasn't willing to say necessarily that it was fake, but that did run through my mind. I thought, this is so gross. Like, this story is so gross that there's no way that it's real. Are you kidding me? And then they do that because it was the people that are bringing you the story are telling you this.
Right.
Anyways, so let's see. I don't know a lot about this case. Darzan said
he's not here, but the floors look great. He got a good bit done today.
Well, Dar, I mean, like I said, man, you're more than welcome to come. Anybody's welcome to come up. You know, I'm surprised to see the lounge video from him diving when they found the car. Different culture, different views. I know. Yeah, that's true. That's true, Dar. I was actually kind of a little shocked about that myself, but it was allowed. I mean, I don't think they can stop them. To be honest, I don't really think it can be stopped. Which is another reason why it's like, well, if no one can stop AWP from putting out a video like that, what is stopping anyone else? Kids from the party, hell, law enforcement themselves, right? I mean, don't you ever like go around Google and YouTube and figure and be like, where the fuck, who was in a position to film this? I don't know. I'm just saying. It seems odd. I watched a guy called Final Destination. Yeah. When Simples is asking, when was she talking in the car? I don't know, Simples. Best I can tell is 12, I think it was 12:33 at night. And some people were saying today that, well, or today and yesterday, that the last phone ping was actually coming from the fucking water.
I hope not. Well, there's so much, and I say this all the time, there's so much we are not going to know, but I think it's quite possible the authorities have that phone. I hope they do. And I hope
I would assume that they have everybody's phone pings, wouldn't you?
No, not just the pings. I'm talking about the actual phone.
Well, here's the thing. Okay, everybody's bitching about 60 or November 1st, right? Plunder supposedly did a FOIA request, and they said, well, you're not going to get anything until November 1st.
Right.
So basically 60 days from now. Now,
Go get that damn dog.
Okay.
Abby, I know what you're doing. Stop.
I can tell you from experience that getting phone records can and usually will take at least 60 days. So when law enforcement is saying that, and that's for law enforcement too, it says it right on the legal paperwork. When you send a subpoena for something, or whatever it is, whether it's phone records, whether it's you're subpoenaing a person to show up at a court hearing, to give testimony, or to come to a deposition, at least in Texas, they give you 60 days. They tell you it's going to be 60 days. Like that's almost like an automatic response. Like we don't have to respond to you for 60 days. Fuck you. I mean, that's basically what they tell the court, is what I'm trying to say. So, I don't know what you guys can do with that information, but that does fucking happen. I can't show you any of that paperwork because I don't want to dox myself or whatever. But I one of my exes, I know she subpoenaed her. I don't think I can how I can say this. She subpoenaed her. Well, her mother. I'm sorry. Her mother subpoenaed her daughter's phone company, and it took 90 days because they sent paperwork immediately back and said, "No, fuck you. We don't give this info over." Blah blah blah. But the thing is written into the subpoena is where they have to give the phone records over. So what she was subpoenaing was how many times her at the time husband had texted and called her when she caught him cheating on her, right? It was like 3,000 times. She was trying to get away from this man for, I don't know, 4 or 5 years. This was my ex, not me. Like, or, it wasn't me doing that. It was her ex after me. We had our first daughter together. And that summer, 2013 or 14-ish, she had gone to Minnesota to get away from all this. Even left her fucking cell phone. But it took the entire summer, 90 days, to get the phone company, even though they had a subpoena from the court, to give her mother the frickin' phone records. And her mother was the one paying the bill. So, my own custody case against her years prior, right, back in the early 2000s, it took me 60 days to get her medical records. Because as soon as we sent the subpoena, within days, we had a response. Fuck you, we don't have to respond.
Look at what Wiccan and Darzan have said.
Okay. Darzan, where's Darzan?
It's the last 3 posts
Oh, okay.
from the bottom.
I had to scroll.
Yeah, that's why I was telling you where it would be.
Okay, they're saying now Kylie was already dead.
Abby.
And the girl at the car when the roadside rescue came out was Kylie's friend Kate. I think her name is. Her hair is the same, and she really looks like Kylie. Murray, I don't know. Okay, I like the way you can handle videos like that in the U.S. Over here, it would be forbidden to upload because it would destroy the investigation, but you would have to cooperate with the police.
But Darzan, I don't think that we should be able to do all of this. It's interesting. We're all speculating on what happened, whether the child died from an accident or by someone's hands. It is a very sad situation. I do wish that our laws were more like y'all's, because I think that this unnecessarily puts a family through a lot of extra trauma and drama.
Yeah, I would agree with that. And at the same time, if they would just come out and say one way or the other, it would probably spare the family from a lot of unnecessary.
But what if they're not ready to make an arrest? Okay, so I made this argument with Clown a couple of days ago. What if this was something nefarious and their main suspect is someone that got away with murder in the past that they couldn't charge because they didn't have enough evidence, but they knew that that person had, committed murder? You would want to be extra sure that you dotted your I's, crossed your T's, and you had the right evidence so you could prosecute. I think that that's why they're being cautious. I don't think that we have a right to know. That's my personal opinion.
Hippie chick, did you hear everything Voodoo Queen was just saying? I'm just curious because I don't know if I need it. If she's saying I don't know if you're saying I need to go out and come back in.
She said she's got bad weather. She said possibly weather.
Is anybody else having audio problems?
Julia, for me, the whole tow truck driver makes it even more potentially nefarious. Oh, it said she's having the same problem.
Oh,
because she says the storm is swirling and causing signal issues.
well, they're both in.
Yeah. Okay. So Clown is going to get something to drink. I already have my ice water. Yeah. There's so many different things that could have happened. There could have been foul play. That one's obvious. There could have been an accident, and when you've got a lot of people, whether they're teenagers or whether they're adults, if they are extremely intoxicated or if they're high, they don't always make good judgment calls. They automatically generally go to fear because of what they're doing at the time. Sid, I think the police have a lot more info than we do. Yep. And if there's foul play, they will want to collate all the evidence. And I hope that they do. I hope that if it was foul play, that they're going to do everything they need to. They don't need to tell, in my opinion, they don't need to tell the public shit. They just need to take care of business and do their jobs and ignore us and identify who did it and get enough evidence for a district attorney to prosecute. Oh, I see, hippie. Yeah. But I feel a little bit like a hypocrite when we talk about these cases, because I've said before, and you feel guilty for saying it, that they're interesting. I think we all play amateur detective when we're doing it, but I do wish that we had different laws here in the U.S. That not so much was released. Okay, Freda. Nice to talk to you, sweetie. Okay, let me give you a synopsis. Everybody loves me, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Wait, what?
Hey, Green Eyes.
Hang on.
What?
Hippie
You
chick.
don't believe that everybody loves me?
No, hippie chick was saying. Where is that? Can't find it.
What, when she said there's a lot of news reports about fentanyl deaths?
Well, no, she said. Where's it at?
I see you, Sid. I see you.
Well, again, going back to the fentanyl thing, look, that sheriff in that town, everybody says, oh, well, charges are coming because, Sammy provided alcohol to a bunch of minors and da 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 da. Well, she's a minor herself.
Right.
And the sheriff of that town, she's facing charges because of that. The sheriff of that town faced charges of sleeping with a fucking 17-year-old or 16-year-old.
Yeah.
You think that guy gives two flying fucks about minors being provided alcohol at a party? Sorry, I don't buy it. I don't buy it. Green Eyes is here.
It
Where's she at?
should be what happens,
Hey, Green Eyes.
especially in light of what's going on. But we all know every single one of us does this every single day. We look at the things that we need to accomplish today and we prioritize. And when the authorities look at
so I fucked a 16-year-old today, right? And
please preface that for
I'm just saying,
clip that
yeah. No, okay. All right. So I'm hypothesizing here, putting myself in his shoes.
Right, the sheriff or whoever it is that you were talking about. Yeah.
No, he's definitely the sheriff. Okay. He is still the sheriff.
Okay.
Of the town.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I did this through StreamYard, and I can't go and show you guys the Project Veritas video that was done 6 months ago, I think it was, on this sheriff. But all I'm saying is, if you think he gives two flying fucks about minors being served alcohol, watch that fucking Project Veritas video. He doesn't.
Yeah.
Trust me, he doesn't. He does not care. In fact, it very well may be that he was the one that bought the booze for the kids.
Oh, gross.
But the people that he's the boss of are the ones that did the investigation and came up with nothing.
Well, imagine that. That would be like,
yeah, I know, right?
That would be like,
isn't that crazy?
If my boss said, Voodoo Queen, I'm really, really, and I'm going to do a pun here, I'm really swamped this year. So I'm going to let you do your own performance evaluation and, your merit increase. I'd be like, sweet.
Yeah.
Sweet. I need to move up a notch and I should be a VP instead of an assistant.
And I also need a raise.
Right. Yeah.
All that good stuff. Yeah. Right.
Yeah. And I want one of the good parking spots in the fucking garage.
But then again, like Ryan Upchurch is saying, maybe your raise is, you get a bunch of extra overtime.
I don't get paid overtime.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
A lot of them don't either. Just saying. they don't work by the hour.
Right. So fuck them.
Well, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
The guy that was all red-faced standing at the podium on the day of the autopsy, or saying
I thought you were talking about what Upchurch does for a living.
No. I'm talking about average everyday cops. They don't work by the hour. They work on salary.
Yeah.
Oddly enough.
And it's a low salary.
So how the fuck, Upchurch comes with, oh, well, all these people benefited from it. Oh, okay.
They benefit in different ways. I hate to say this, but I can tell you from a fiscal year standpoint, they benefit in different ways because they have a method when they get a big case like this to increase their budget for the next year.
Now, he did say that yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
He did say, well, I don't know if it was him. I think it was maybe that other loudmouthed dude.
Yeah.
Anybody want to come up? Come on up. Please come up. Oh, did I post it? Yeah, I did.
You almost make it seem like I'm not a good enough co-host. I am co-hosting my ass off.
No, that's not it.
I'm gonna go check my work email for that.
So, anyways, yeah, that's why I was pissed off. The dude that posted that video, there's no way those tire tracks aren't still there. Sorry, it's not happening. There's been no rain. It's been a heat wave. There's not been a shit ton of people to run over, every single tire track. Now, he did show the memorial, right? And this is my problem with.
What are you talking? I don't know. I'm not aware.
There's a little bit. There's a little.
Like a makeshift memorial.
Yeah, maybe Google it on your phone since I can't and show you. He did show that. And it looks like you can see it from the bank, maybe. But that could be any number of things, since I'm looking at it on the phone, sitting on the bank.
Oh, it doesn't come up.
But I think that video is bullshit. Sorry, I do. The tracks. He says, well, I'm putting my phone down in 4 feet of water, 5 feet of water, and there's all this shit that law enforcement left behind. Bullshit. You threw that shit down there.
See, it doesn't. Okay, so what if that's what that guy did? What bothers me is people creating extra drama, people creating a false narrative for a couple of extra views is what it comes down to, which we all know for some people, depending on if the channel is monetized or not, comes down to money. And I hate to use the word du jour, but a little clout.
But well, the other thing too is he says in the video, he's like, I've been sitting here for an hour and law enforcement isn't showing up.
Yeah.
Well, why would they show up for, you throwing your own shit down there?
Yeah.
Why the fuck would they?
Kiss is asking for you to leave it up so she can look later. Good night, sweetie.
Oh, thank you for a very informative live. Sorry that I'm not.
He's talking about the guy that posted a video yesterday
or last night.
It was last night? Okay.
I'm not sure if it was last night or yesterday evening.
But he claimed to be at Prosper Lake in a kayak and put a GoPro camera in the water showing some debris on the floor of the lake, claiming that
came out of Kylie's car.
Exactly. I'm sorry, y'all. I use all my brain cells at work, so when I get home after work, I got nothing left. I have stupid conversations with Clown, and that's all I got.
And I slept from like 10 o'clock until 2 o'clock today, which it's 5:27 now. So I got up about 3 hours ago, right? And I slept for maybe 3 hours, 4 hours. And I saw this early this morning. The guy claiming that he went and found this and that and the other.
Yes.
And I told Voodoo, good night, kiss, by the way. I told Voodoo early this morning, I said, there's no fucking way. They were already down there. Why the fuck, when law enforcement flipped that car over, why the fuck would they leave that shit down there? This is a YouTuber going down there, dumping shit.
The picture you showed me this morning, was that supposedly from the same
Yeah,
person's?
yeah.
Some of those things did not even look wet.
And she said that, and I said, well, not only that, but where the fuck are the tire tracks?
Yeah.
If that water is that damn shallow now, as if the Prosser, a creek, lake, whoever the fuck, if it's the Army Corps of Engineers or whoever runs that lake, I get they're going through a heat wave, but I find it hard to believe. Listen, I live in Texas, okay?
Well, we have a drought here,
We go through heat waves as well
as well as droughts.
And the fucking lake doesn't drop that goddamn much unless, and we did it last year.
Yeah.
I wish I would have videoed it. We did it last year.
Well,
they had the reservoir open.
Yeah.
They had the dam open. There is a dam on that lake.
Yeah. Hippie, we can't say for sure that that was her laptop. I mean,
Green Eyes, I think the guy who found her laptop is just another fucking YouTube scammer. That's what I'm pissed off about. People are literally running with this. And not only that, I think the other reason I'm mad is because AD is getting in on this shit. And there are other YouTubers who are actually, slightly larger than him, maybe, close to him or like in numbers or whatever.
Yeah.
And they're going up on his panel and giving him everything he fucking needs.
Right, because he's not going to go do the work.
He's not. The only work he's doing is for idiots.
Yeah.
People that won't do their own research.
Yeah.
People that don't go look up Prosser Lake and see that, okay, this image is a year old, right? And they're like, oh, you look at it from the satellite image, the actual satellite image from a year ago, and go, well, fuck, if that lake gets as low as it is in that image, there's no mistaking that there's a car laying there.
Right.
Because it's on dry ground.
Green Eyes, I am not joking when I say I wish that there was something we could do to change our laws over here, but I don't think that there is anything I don't think that there is anything that our government could do to keep us from talking about all of this because of our amendment, our Bill of Rights.
Yes, Check It TV, hippie chick. I've not watched all his uploads from today. I have not either, by the way. Just the one from yesterday.
I'm going to get my tablet.
He says he has footage of Kylie's granddad and policeman. I've not watched his videos. He's put up a few. Yeah. Well, to be honest, I'm not going back. I don't me personally, I don't think that's the site. It looks like it, yes. But if you go to Google Maps, there's quite a few places around those lakes that look like that. I personally think he threw that shit in the water himself. Why would they leave it down there? Why? The car flips over. They know they broke the passenger side window, or I'm sorry, the driver's side window. They know they broke the fucking mirror. Car flips over. Maybe 3 divers are down there with lights. Why the fuck would all that shit still be left there? That doesn't make any sense. Come on. And on top of that, right? People are talking about how the car got in there and when the car got in there. Okay? If If the person that put the car in there after the police were there were such a criminal mastermind, why would they put it in that shallow of water? The other question I have is, if the police are involved, right, and somebody's son was at the party or whatever else, why would they leave that shit behind? I mean,
I just don't think that they did.
it's already known. It's already known that Sheriff Wu, right, was under investigation for sleeping with an underage girl. He was able to cover that up, right? If that was a cover up. I mean, you don't end up with a false allegation, right? Just out of nowhere. I mean, something happened there. Okay. So, more than likely, since he got out of it, he's pretty much a mastermind criminal. Why would you leave all that evidence behind? You wouldn't. It makes no sense.
Did you see what Hippie Chick said?
Hang on, I'm looking.
He gave laughing to the granddad, who gave it straight to the policeman. So if it's not hers, they'll know.
So is that hippie? Is that on a video somewhere? I hate to be all Ryan Upchurch-ish, but is that?
No, it's just asking.
I haven't.
I take everything on here with more than a grain of salt, more like a mouthful of salt.
Yeah, I mean, well, we watched what's her name's video early this morning, Michelle's, right?
You watched it, I listened.
And I said, this is complete bullshit. Like, there's no fucking way that they left that out there. No fucking way. Bunch of shit falls out of the car, and they're just like, oh, okay, well. Did you guys watch how slowly that car got towed out of the water? You think those two divers that were in the water, that weren't the only divers in the water, you think they didn't? I don't know. Sorry, I'm doubting all of that. And in fact, after yesterday, not just the video we're talking about here, Ryan going and doing what he did on Queen Bee's channel, and saying what he said, and then saying what he said on his own channel. I'm not gonna lie, I'm wondering if the damn thing is real myself.
Don't say that.
I mean, he's saying there was a car in water, it had a body in it. Okay, yes, I can agree with that. Was it who they're saying it is? I don't know. I don't know.
It'll be a while before we know.
Yeah, November 1st. I don't know. I'm gullible. But that Check It TV guy seems very emotional. Of course he does. I don't understand why AWP are on Zav panel. It's all conspiracy shit. Green Eyes are they over there right now?
I think that they're.
I can't check because I'm live, but are they over there right now? And is that what they're saying? Holy fuck, that would be crazy.
I think there's way too many conspiracies out there.
Green Eyes said, "Yep, live." Holy shit! Go to Zav Girl's channel. What is she saying? What the fuck? Green Eyes, are you saying, when you say conspiracy shit, are you saying that that AWP is saying conspiracy, or Julia is on Zav as well.
The Julia that was just in here?
Yeah. What the hell?
I don't see one here. But the guy from the Purpose is one here.
The bearded dude?
Yeah.
What's he saying?
But she didn't want, and we're going to continue to do what we did. Like I said, our hearts are in the right place, our motives are in the right place, our characters are going to be wavered, and our product will overshadow all of that other drama. And no matter how hot of a situation it is, we'll come in and we'll function the way we need to function, and we'll combat all of that just by being us. And that's why, all those investigators, reporters, seats that were crawling around out there made a discovery. CMI put out of my way to try to keep it quiet, not cause unnecessary alarm, so forth. In every case we do, we learn. We're learning. Every search is different, every case is different, different circumstances, brain, and so forth. But we're make every attempt, every step of the way to adapt and innovate so that we can become better.
Elizabeth Lander asked, what was the temperature of the water?
I believe it was about 80 degrees, very warm. And I look back at our episode, the sonar of reading, show you the temperature, both depth.
Teresa, you're
one of the things.
meeting you, Doug.
Yeah, likewise. You too. Bye, Anna.
Oh, Teresa, yeah, we could hear you.
I know. I did not connect to save my life. I'm so sorry you guys were disrupted.
Okay, is that good?
I have a question. It's kind of a complicated question.
Is that good? Do you want to do your live or do you want to go listen to them?
Can you scroll back to maybe just like the middle of her live? And
What for?
I don't think she's gonna strike me, but
What are you looking for?
I want to see, because Green Eyes was saying no, the shit they have talked about. Why would you go on a panel and ruin your reputation? So I don't know. Just scroll back to the middle if you don't mind, and let's listen to a couple of minutes, and then we can cut it off.
That's how they identified it and all of that. It's talking about confidence.
Understanding that it was time.
Yes. Now, if for error, definitely, because I'm not going to draw any unnecessary story, but she's not going to out. So, well, have been somebody else back, and then, have him describing very, very mysterious. That's weird. Guys, as the public, I'm speaking, have put it out there better than we have. Like, why were they standing on each side of the people? How come they couldn't stand together? And explaining this weirdness. Was it her? Could it have been somebody else?
Can you pause that? What?
Were they trying?
What?
They're talking about the tow truck driver and the incident.
Right. So what's your time stamp on there?
2737.
So I wonder what the overall topic of that conversation is. Like, how did that start?
No idea.
Green Eye,
I think they're answering people's questions.
Green Eyes said that she started 51 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I went to the middle.
Yeah.
It looks like they are answering people's questions and people are coming up on asking questions.
Okay. So what was he saying about the tow truck driver again?
The identification, it started off, it sounded like they were talking about the identification of the body, and then it sounded like they switched to talking about the tow truck driver incident. But without listening to more, they could have been talking about just the tow truck driver incident.
So it sounded to me like he's saying that law enforcement is, or that maybe law enforcement is wrong about whether or not it's Kylie.
It's hard to tell. You're going to have to listen to all of it.
Yeah.
You can't take it out of context. Yeah.
Well, you guys in the chat, y'all have been listening to it. What is he saying?
Oh, I'm sorry, hippie chick. I missed. I've got my tablet up. Have a good night, honey.
Yeah, I'm not joking. I saw that. Green Eyes. I saw that earlier when I got up that they were hiring. No, they don't need me. I'm not a
They do not need a heavy smoker as a diver.
no. If you thought Nick's wheezing was bad during that video, imagine mine. Yeah, no.
I'd never get insurance on him, guys. Never.
I've not listened to it, just find it all too bizarre.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
She said you could go weld for him.
Well, I probably could have repaired their trailer for them when it broke down on their way to California. Hell, I've thought about emailing Ryan Upchurch and asking him if he needs a welder, but I'd probably have to move, and Voodoo Queen wouldn't be cool with that. So I can't do that. I'll just have to wait until I can
well, if you're
talk her into. Yes, yeah. Well, right. I'd have to go to Tennessee. That's what I'm saying. But yeah, I have to wait until she needs a welder. That day will come. I promise. It always does. If I found a car with a dead body inside, the very last place I would go to speak about it is YouTube.
Oh no, I haven't. Green Eyes. Now you're gonna make me go look it up.
I just don't get it.
I love their stuff.
Can destroy a lot about the investigation and or
their eyebrow pencils are the bomb.
Your reputation, in my
I
opinion.
have one of their palettes with all of the ambient light, but I have not seen the new one, so now I'm gonna go look it up.
Yeah, Dar. I mean, you know, they were based. I mean, I don't have Instagram. Well, I do have Instagram, but I don't follow anybody on Instagram. I really don't know how.
I have Instagram, yeah.
Same with Twitter. I managed to find the dude Sanford SF investigates on Twitter like a week ago or something. All the rest of it's just crap that I can send based on Twitter. Instagram, that's more Voodoo Queen's thing. I do have it. I just don't. I haven't posted anything to my own personal Instagram, so there's no purpose of me figuring it out. Yeah, as far as them destroying a lot about the investigation, I'm kind of the opinion that there's not much of an investigation going on, and their reputation, I mean, I think they're 50-50 on it. I mean, their past videos, they've, found other bodies. You can see their reaction with law enforcement. I question why they put that van man. I'm not gonna call him a tow truck driver because he doesn't drive a. Oh shit. Hang on, guys.
Damn it, dog.
Okay, is that better? Does that sound better? Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Sound check, sound check.
Okay, they said fine. It was better.
Okay, good. Okay, nice.
Hey, well, Lisa.
Hey, Lisa. So, anyways, I think that that dude's video is total bullshit. At this point, what, even if it is the spot, which I don't believe it is, what would keep him from going there? Why that like it's not like there's cops sitting around, being like, oh, you can't go here.
Every single time those guys with AWP are on camera, it is or on a panel, it's looked at as a marketing tool.
So how is how is a how does a dead body turn up in a car and nobody's asking where who does this body belong to? Right?
Yeah.
That's what I want to know from Ryan is how does that happen? Who just gave up their kid, their 16-year-old kid, and was like, well, I haven't seen her in
There's a lot of photographs.
a month. And I'm fine with that. I'm not going to call law enforcement, you know, whatever else.
Greenhouse and I are having a makeup
I know y'all are talking about makeup.
I'm sorry. Hey, we are a diverse channel, okay? I just looked at, I just incorporated your channel with one statement.
You just mark. You just
I co-hosted myself and I
yeah.
incorporated
You provided a marketing move. That's what Ryan was saying, or what other people were saying about Ryan. This is all marketing.
Never know. I want to know why there's not one spot of algae on that rear hatchback or the number place it's pristine. I know it happens in my pool after a couple of days. I told Bedtime Clown when they first pulled that car out of the water, I said, I think that the reason the police didn't see it and no one else saw it is because I honestly think that car was put in the water the day or night before the guys did the dive, which I think was just a coincidence. I think that whoever dumped it never intended on her being found, or at least not found for another year.
You know, and again, okay, let me say this. I have tied up, well, actually, Voodoo Queen and I did it with my boat at a tree in a lake near here that had a rope that I tied to that tree 20 years ago. And it didn't have shit on it. It had been weathered, yes. It had become stringy, sure. But it was still below the fucking water, you know? But it wasn't covered in algae. No, that was a rope. It wasn't.
Almost disintegrated.
It wasn't very thick. It was well. That was a thin rope too. That's the other thing.
Yeah, but that rope is also an organic material.
Yeah.
And that rope is thin and small enough that there's a lot of movement on that rope. It's not stationary. So it's moving in the water all the time.
I'm just saying about the algae thing. You know, people are talking about how much grass there was and that kind of shit. You know, there wasn't that much. I mean, if you, like I say, if you go back and you look at the Google Maps from a year ago of that lake or 2 years ago, even, that's barren ground. Well, there would have to be a shit ton of plantation there. So go back and look at
You don't think movement has anything to do with it?
no.
Because
If okay, so like the lake near us, right? I've seen that thing go way low, right? Back in like 2009, 2010, something like that. Okay. The grass below the water is this fucking high. I know you guys can't see. I'm saying 3 feet. Basically, it's 3 feet high. 4 feet in some places. 5 to 6 feet in other places. You would never guess that. But you know where it's not that high? Near the boat ramps. Near where people enter the water. The beaches. The supposed beaches. Those aren't beaches, actually. But they don't have that kind of growth in them. People wouldn't go in them if they did. They wouldn't swim over or in them if they did. that shore that you see in the videos,
Uh-huh.
there's hardly any growth on it. It works that way in the water too.
Mm. Hey, Yoda Doug. Now, Lisa, I think that's a good point. The bacteria in the water. Yeah.
Hey Yoda.
I think that's got to play into it. But I really think that car had only been there, less than 24 hours, maybe a little bit more. But I mean, again, that's my speculation.
Yeah. It's hard for us to say.
I know,
Hey Yoda.
like one of the times that we were talking about this, Lady Witch has a really big problem, the same one that you do. It's like, okay, well, if that car was dumped within 24 hours before the dive, even on the night that she went missing, how come nobody heard it? But but I personally think that it could be dumped without causing attention. Now this, I see what you're saying, Green Eyes.
Wait, what? Oh, oops.
What'd you do? Did you knock yourself off?
No, I was way up in the chat. Hang on.
Yep, I agree, Lisa. Now, Yoda, I'm going to warn you, if you keep coming in here, you're eventually going to talk about true crime and you might have a makeup question. I'm just warning you.
I don't think Yoda has a problem with that. Yoda, if you want to come up on panel, man, I honestly, dude, I don't understand like what's going on with anyways, if you want to come up, bro, you're more than welcome to come up. I really don't get what Rebel, his problem with me is. I really don't understand what the fuck is going on. I'll say it here and now. I found I usually hang out in the true crime community. I found Rebel through what's his name? Tonic, I think it was. I don't me personally, I'm not really a fan of Tonic. I don't think that most of this. Well, like I just don't agree with bullying people.
Yeah,
I mean, that's what it is. That they can say what they want about him. But I really don't. I really don't get. Darzan, I'll answer your question in a second. I'm hoping Yoda will come up. Yeah. Anyways, I don't agree with them bullying him. I don't really understand what his issue is with me. I had no idea that him and Polly, I guess, is when they had a falling out, and then he was like, "Fuck you, the big time clown." I don't know, but whatever. I was asleep most of the day today, so I don't know what's happened. I was in there earlier this morning under a sock, Boudin, because Andrew doesn't know what the fuck Boudin is, because apparently he's never been to Louisiana. But whatever. And he was basically like, "Fuck you, I'm blocking you too." So, anyways, we all met by way of Betty Washington. Is how all this came to be. Okay, I got you. Well, and I don't even really know shit about her. I know she's crazy as fuck, but I don't know. Anyway, no, Yoda, if you want to come up, man, you're more than welcome. I'll put you up here.
Okay. You said to see what he posted.
About Betty.
No, he said yesterday he disowned everybody that supported him.
Oh, he's talking about Rebel. Well, I was at work. I couldn't. I didn't know that happened. Later yesterday afternoon, he disowned everyone who supported him. Okay, what? Yeah, dude. Well, whatever, Yoda. I don't go live that often. You're more than welcome to, come over here, and so is he. I just, I don't understand what his issue is with us, anyways. The people that don't talk shit to him or shit on him, you know what I mean? Whatever. I don't get that. But,
All right, Abby. Lay down.
because I know a few days ago, I mean, my girlfriend and I were listening to Rebel, and then Polly went live, and I'm sorry, but I think Polly is funny. Well, I don't think anybody would disagree with that for the most part. He's pretty funny, and I went over there and I was like, "Hey," and then the next thing I know, people in the chat are telling me, "Oh, he took your wrench." Well, first off, I wouldn't even know who the fuck to block in there. I mean, people come in there talking shit all the time. Like with the other channel owner that I have a wrench in for two, I would know like who to block and who not to block, but in Rebels I wouldn't. I mean, there's people in Rebels that go in there with wrenches and block or talk shit. Hey, there's nothing I can do about them. So yeah, I don't know, man. I didn't understand. And I'm talking to Yoda. I didn't understand all that. He's like, fuck bedtime clown. Bedtime clown's here to do this, do that, and the other. And it's like, no, really not. I don't go into.
Yeah, there's no ulterior motive, is what it comes down to.
Yeah, I mean, really, I'm in the same boat as Rebel when it comes down to going into Andrew or Tonic's chat, right? I mean, I really don't give a fuck. I'm older than all of those people. I don't give two shits about what their experience on the internet has been. I know what it's like to be somewhere where you're not wanted. So, okay, whatever. Said Darzan, I don't think it should be allowed in active cases. They are stretching so much. What did Darzan say? Hang on. So I'm saying that YouTube can destroy a lot of the investigation. Yeah, I mean, especially when you got fake, fake people coming forward and saying, "Oh, I was there. I did this. I did that." Like, why wouldn't you go to law enforcement as opposed to YouTube? So I agree with that 100%. Because I don't know about Upchurch's. Oh, I don't know about. Hang on, let me say this, and I'll bring you up, Yoda. I don't know about Upchurch's, theories and whatever, but I I do know, or I think at least, that Ixmail guy bringing up that dude Ronnie or whatever and claiming his cousins being at the party and seeing Kylie drunk. I do think that's all a bunch of bullshit. That should not have happened, and I don't know that law enforcement is necessarily responsible for debunking that. That's a little bit of a tough one for me, but I do think that I don't know, maybe the family should have said something. Maybe you know there should have been a little bit more put. I don't know, man. Ryan Upchurch putting that out to me sort of exacerbated that whole situation. Like maybe you shouldn't have said anything about Ronnie and his cousins. Maybe you should have just left it to Ickmill and his 1,000 listeners or whatever. You know what I mean? I don't know. All right, I'm gonna bring Yoda up. We're gonna switch topics for a minute or two. Hang on. Yoda, can you hear me? Is he muted? Okay, hang on. Let me remove myself.
Why do you have to remove yourself?
Well, because I can't hear Yoda for whatever reason.
Is he still there?
Well, let me try. Well, I see his camera. Oop. But I can't hear him. Can anybody in the chat hear Yoda? Give it just one couple minutes. Oh, only step down.
He
Can
said
you?
he'll come back up.
He will.
Yeah,
No. Is my?
maybe he had problems with his mic.
Why is my chat not? Okay, hang on. I'm waiting. Okay, so we're waiting for Yoda to come back up. Can you guys? Oh wait, here we go. Okay, hang on. Add to stream. Yo, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hey, bro.
Can you hear me now?
Yep, I can hear you now.
All right, cool.
Can the chat hear you? That's the only question.
They should be able to hear me if you can hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you, bro. I can hear you.
All right, Yoda, tell us everything you know about Hourglass ambient makeup.
No, Yoda, shut up and tell us everything you know.
You need to ask me some questions first. Like, you want to know about Rebel?
Yeah, so what's up with that dude? He blocked me and I have no idea why. I hate what's happening to him.
So he likes to perpetuate his own misery, basically.
Okay.
And you really just got to look at him as a WWF character doing his thing.
Okay.
And yeah, I don't get him myself, but lately he's been doing this, like, everybody's been really supportive of him and very encouraging of him lately. And whenever people are like that towards him, it's almost like he gets overwhelmed. Like, he feels like he has to possibly do something with his life or move forward with his life. And so what I feel like him doing what he's doing right now is him, like, basically setting himself back. Like, he doesn't want to go forward. He wants to continue the misery. Like, he doesn't care about finding a job or getting a real income or anything like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. I mean, the thing is like my girlfriend said, you know, because she kind of alluded to it, you know, when we listen to him, she's like, why basically are you listening to him? And I said, well, you know, because I really don't have a problem with him wanting to have a show on the internet and just basically sit down and smoke pot and talk shit all day. You know what I mean? Or not talk shit, but you know what I mean?
Yeah, just do his thing.
Just do his thing on YouTube. I mean, who wouldn't want that, right?
Right.
I mean, but I just don't. What I don't get is the pushing people who don't have a problem with you away, you know, and saying,
Exactly.
yeah, that's what I don't get. I don't get
So
because
I see that as an abuse tactic to where he tries to he does that so people will go running back to him and try to basically suck up to him is
well,
what he wants people to do.
I'll be frank with you. I'll tell you the way I felt. And I've been on the internet since like the mid '90s. I'll tell you the way I felt. I felt like he was using a tactic against me, like give me money and then I'll
Yep.
acknowledge you. Am I
Yep.
wrong in that?
He took my wrench away. He hasn't taken my wrench in a very long time, and he's been very like Yoda's my boy, Yoda's my right hand man lately. And
Yeah.
then all of a sudden he's taken my wrench, and it it isn't anything to me, but that just shows that he's trying to manipulate us in a sense with his
Yeah. I kind of felt that way too.
emotions. Yep.
Yeah, I kind of felt that way too. But, I haven't been around this in particular community for too long, like the whole Andrew and Tonic and all that. But I kind of feel like in some ways they do the same shit, right?
Yeah, but Rebel seems like it's like, and this is pure psychology, and from years of working with younger women, mentoring them, he seems like he self-destructs if anybody gives him any positive attention.
Yep.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I was gonna say I think Yoda would agree with that. Yeah, I don't. So I don't know, man. I haven't known the guy that long. I don't really know him actually. I just didn't agree with the way he was getting bullied, the way it looked on the surface. But
Right.
for him to just be like, "Well, you fuck off," and it's like, well, why? I've never done anything to you, and I get it that people on the internet do that kind of shit. But yeah, that's true too. But I don't know that I could actually help him. And Yoda's been around, for a
Yeah,
while.
you can't help him. You just have to let him do his own thing. And yeah, it's like last month, the month of August, I gave him more money than I've ever given him before. Like probably
Yeah,
about $40 the entire month, and that's about as much money I've given him as long as I've known him beforehand.
yeah, yeah.
So he was getting real support last month, and for him to just basically wad it up and throw it on the ground and stomp on it just shows a lot about him.
Mm.
He thinks
Well, I'll
he's
be
like,
honest with you. I got pissed off at him this morning, and he actually triggered me a little bit. I was like, I'm requesting a fucking refund. I don't know if I'll get it or not, but I was like, bullshit, motherfucker. If that's all, and like I said, I felt like the way he was talking, it was like, pay me and I'll um admonish you or whatever. And I was like, are you fucking serious? So I turned
right?
around and I was like, fuck that. I'm requesting a goddamn refund. I don't want that. I have people on YouTube and in my real life that like require no payment from me. So,
Exactly. And you're not the first person that's saying this to me.
right.
There's been other people that have talked to me about him and the way he's been towards them. So he does it to everybody. As soon as like they show him any kind of affection, that's when he pushes them away. And I
Uh,
see it as a weak tactic.
so do you figure that this is what or why Andrew and Tonic treat him the way that they do, because he's that um,
Manipulative?
I guess. Well, he did say this morning, didn't he? He. I thought he said this morning that he was a manipulative motherfucker.
Oh yeah, he probably did. He tells on himself all the time. And that's another thing. Like Andrew and Tonic, like they think they're trolling him, but really that's in control of everything. Like Andrew's the one who's not doing anything with his life to watch every move that he makes and basically living hand to mouth. Like that guy sits on the computer all day long just hoping for a donation from somebody. Like what
Yeah.
he does to get donations is he'll cry about the price of a soda pop so people send him some money.
Yeah, and that honestly, that goes on all over YouTube. It really does. I mean, you guys see it a hell of a lot more than I do because I don't watch a whole lot of the Cop Watch and IP2 and IRL people. I do, I'll be honest with you, Yoda. If I'm taking a shit in the morning or whatever on the toilet, I'll go scroll through and see some of their content. But I mean, we all know that it's not worth watching or listening to.
Exactly.
But just to kind of keep abreast of what is going on. And usually you can find it from the title, but the same thing goes on in it goes on in the true crime community. It goes on in the trauma community. They do the same exact thing. It's every community. They're begging for shit.
Even the little Christian actors that I watch.
Yeah.
Well, check it out. So these people that are in these true crime and trauma and 1A communities, these are people that were watching like Judge Judy and Steve Wilkos and Jerry Springer, daytime TV. Those aren't people that were out working, making a living. So when they come to YouTube and they see other people like getting money, like they think, oh, I want to do this so I can get in on that.
Yeah.
So it's just the people and not really YouTube.
Yeah.
And I've told Brown many times that I swear COVID exasperated all of this.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, that's how I ran across Armchair Detective and the whole Chris Watts thing. I mean, I remember in 2018, same thing, sitting on the toilet in the morning and getting ready for work, and dude kills. You know what I mean?
Do you know who A Balance and No Thanks is?
Yeah. I know who.
So those were 1A guys that used to cop watch and audit and stuff like that,
Yeah,
and they switched over to.
Yeah, I found it interesting that Doug, not you, Doug, but
Doug
that
Hutton.
Doug Hutton, yeah, that he went from cop watching to true crime.
I think it was a money thing, like a ploy to make income. Like he's seen what the other people are doing, so he followed along with it.
Yeah. No, I don't disagree with you at all. I remember him from 2 years ago, or maybe 3 years ago. He was doing cop watch videos and all that. Rick Crude, I don't know how the fuck he popped up in my feed. it took like 2 or 3 years. But yeah, him too.
I haven't known about Rick Crude for very long, maybe less than a year. Yeah, he only recently came into like my radar as far as like seeing him because he was away for a while when he was on probation.
Right, but that was like 2017, I think. That was like a long fucking time ago. I'm not sure. Don't hold me to that, but
there was like a time, I think it was 2020 was like the year he wasn't allowed to be on the internet, and so 2021, I believe he came back.
Oh, okay. I thought it was longer. I thought it was like way back, like 5 years ago or something. But yeah,
I've
like I
only been
said,
around exactly 2 years.
don't hold me to that. But yeah, Doug, you know, his actually, I probably shouldn't even say this. I live down the street from one of his people that he either loves or hates, depending on you know which way the wind is, which way the money's going,
Right.
is what I should say. Um, and yeah, that guy, that dude is completely full of shit. He is completely full of shit. And if people knew what his actual criminal record was, he would lose all his goddamn subscribers in a second.
Are you talking about News Now Houston?
Nope. Mm-mm.
I'd rather he didn't say.
Yeah, I'd rather not say either.
There's another guy that I found, News Now Permian Basin. That's another guy that's a sex offender and pedophile.
Yeah. No, this dude,
Please don't give enough information.
this dude is a piece of shit. Everybody knows he's a piece of shit. So I don't know. You know,
Gotcha.
he lives with his mom. Um, yeah, I don't know. If
Yeah, I don't know who that is. I don't really follow the 1A anymore. Like I used to, like during the COVID times, but uh, not necessarily anymore. Like I don't really have the time to sit and watch a 20, 30, 40-minute long video of people antagonizing police
yeah.
or people at the post office.
So
So
I want to challenge you on something. Do you mind?
go for it.
Okay. I like Milwaukee tools more than Snap-on tools. I think they're better. What do you think?
Are you talking about like cordless tools?
Oh yeah.
Well, I would agree with you. Like Snap-on, like their cordless tools aren't really up to snuff. Like
My
they have
girlfriend's looking
one.
at me because her dad was a Snap-on salesman, and this is not a shot at her. It's or her dad. I I I am just a meal. I'm sorry. Okay. Years ago.
You cannot beat their toolboxes and their tools from the 80s, okay?
Okay, maybe. I wouldn't know. I was a kid in the 80s. Okay, so my thing is we are not in the 80s. We're in the 2000s, and I'm a welder, so I use tools. I use a drill and an impact hammer, also a sawzall. I am not a fan. I'll tell you this. Um, I am not a fan of the circular saw that I have or the grinder that I have, the angle grinder. That thing spins way too low of RPMs, right? Both of them, both the circular saw and the grinder. Now, years and years ago, because I'm 45 years old, I was a fan of Craftsman, right? Because most of the tools that I had or have were 35 to 40-year-old, 50-year-old Craftsman tools. Obviously, they don't make them like they used to, right?
Right.
So, but I do love Milwaukee's uh, brand of tools.
Did you let him answer a question yet?
So so the thing with Milwaukee is you got to get the fuel versions.
Which I
They
have.
have,
Yeah, which I have. Yes.
like they say fuel on them,
Yep.
and
The
because
18 volt, 5, I can't remember. It's 5 MHV or something batteries.
yeah, the 5 amp hour.
Yeah, yeah.
Because there's a big difference between the fuel and the non-fuel. I think that what makes them a fuel model is that they're brushless, and so that they put out more power.
Mm. They also, because they're brushless, they last a lot longer too, correct?
I don't think so. I think the thing with the brushed models is that the brushes can be changed when the brushes wear down, so you don't have to replace a whole motor unit.
Gotcha.
That's what that is. But it's very seldom that somebody like myself, like a DIY guy, he's going to wear down the brushes in his drill or his impact wrench. Like somebody like you who is using it as their everyday tool, like, yeah, they might after 5 years.
Yeah, I think it took me 6 years to wear that drill down and go and get a new one. The impact is the same one that I've had since 2012.
And that's a 1/4 inch one.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
But I use it not every day, but just about every day. In fact, well, actually, I have two of them. I have one that stays at the shop, and I have another that stays in my truck. Which, the one that stays in my truck obviously doesn't. I mean, it's not. I'm not using that thing to change a tire or anything like that. But,
Another thing is, like, look at the price of a Snap-on drill compared to a Milwaukee drill, and look at the size of it. Like the Snap-on tools, they look like prehistoric. They're all big and clunky, and they're not even they're all right, but they're not up to Milwaukee's par. Like the thing with Snap-on is they pretty much re-engineer what Milwaukee has done.
gotcha.
Because they're like a couple of years behind on being brushless and all that. Like they only recently introduced brushless impact.
Gotcha. See, I never like I said, I for years I had Craftsman stuff. You know what I mean? That was 30 years old.
Yeah,
Maybe.
and the thing about that is you could get like a Craftsman item, and that could be made by Milwaukee or Makita. It just depends on who did the manufacturing.
Yeah.
Because
Well,
Craftsman's just a brand.
and the other thing is too is I'm talking about like impact hammers, like pneumatic stuff, which Snap-on, from what I understand, always, they never came to my shop. I mean, I never saw the inside of a Snap-on truck, but from what I understand, they would go to, different mechanic shops and shit, stuff like that.
Dealerships too.
Or dealerships, yeah.
Yeah, they're traveling salesmen and basically give mechanics that work at the shop like an off the books loan with tools, and so that are
Yeah,
basically 3 times the price. And yeah,
yeah, yeah.
it's like a never ending thing when you get into debt with Snap-on. It's like everything I've bought with cash, and I don't like doing the whole credit thing. And
Well,
it's like,
Kennedy did the same thing, didn't they?
uh, like Kennedy toolboxes.
Yeah.
So they shut down, and I believe Matco or Cornwell bought out their facilities,
Did they
and
really?
that's where they make their toolboxes now.
That's crazy. I didn't think Kennedy would ever shut down.
So like there's only a few different tool companies that are owned by different people, and it's usually just one guy. He'll own like 20 different brands.
Yeah.
Like if you look at Snap-on, like they have 20 different brands that they sell and
Right.
that they manufacture.
Yeah, same with the tire companies. Do the same thing.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I think there's only like 11 different tire manufacturers in the world. So, the same company makes Cooper tires, Pirelli tires. Don't hold me to the brands. I'm just using that as an example. BF Goodrich tires. BF Goodrich, as a matter of fact, in the mid-90s, I used to work for a company that we had.
Something happened to your mic.
Oh, can you hear me?
You sound like you're talking through like a tube.
Hang on. Okay, how do I sound now?
You sound like very nasally.
Well, I always sound nasal. How about now? Do I sound okay now?
It's still the same. Try plugging it back in.
How about now?
It's still the same. Oh well, we'll deal with it.
Let me see.
It's going in and out is what it seems like is happening.
The phone is getting warm. How about now?
It's still the same.
Okay, hang on.
It's weird. It's going in and then it's going out.
Okay, how about now?
It's better now.
Shit. Had to go all the way out and come back in. Jesus.
What happened?
Fuck if I know. I just had to leave the entire stream and come back.
Gotcha. So what are your thoughts on Tonic being a little pissed off and obsessed that you do hang out in Rebels chat?
Well, my thought is that I don't understand how you can be pissed off at anybody that has no idea what the fuck that community is about. And be pissed off for just the algorithm pointing you to that person, being rebel. I don't understand. And not only that, was Tonic really pissed off? Like,
Yeah.
why?
Because you're not giving him the affection and the attention, basically.
I mean, I know I asked in Rebels, I think it was Rebel or Polly's, and I said, "Why the fuck is this dude so pissed off?" Like, I actually subscribed to Andrew
Hmm.
a year ago or something. 'Cause I think we were listening to Andrew. It had nothing to do with Rebel a year ago when we were driving back from Louisiana.
Yeah, you probably were.
And so I don't know, dude. I'm like, I don't get this. I mean, I know people. I mean, I know people may be or say or whatever. They're like, oh, that dude's a pedo or whatever. But
Hmm.
I is that the case? Or I really, honestly, Yoda, I can't answer that question. Um,
He's never been charged with a crime. And the thing is, like, if Rebel had ever done anything like that, I highly doubt that Rebel would even be around. Like, he would have been charged. Like, I don't see Rebel as a person who's a deviant or anything like that.
yeah, and I don't either. And I guess I could be wrong. But I don't understand getting mad at somebody like, and being like, hey, fuck you, bedtime clown, you motherfucker. Yeah, it is.
He's a very jealous woman, is what he is.
Yeah, so I don't understand that. I mean, you want to come up in my, but the other thing is too is he did try to come up in a live of mine, and you actually are in there now, and I guess you could, hack whatever and find out whatever. But his attitude towards me, when I have nothing to do with anything. I mean, you know what I mean. I don't have anything to do with shit.
Yeah, he wants to make people involved and like have some sort of it's like an abuse tactic. Like it's like he wants to have control over you.
Yeah,
Like he wants to be able to manipulate your emotions.
yeah, I wouldn't. I wouldn't disagree with that. It's like I don't know what the fuck y'all are arguing over. What the fuck?
Right.
The fucking algorithm brought me here, man. I don't, but the few months that, I guess the few months that I have been in this community, and especially after what I saw Liberty Bird do, I'm sick to my fucking stomach, bro. I mean,
Isn't that crazy?
You're telling me that you're gonna put a goddamn loaded gun in your mouth? I don't give a fuck what Andrew said. I heard what Andrew said. Oh yeah, I've done this before. No, I doubt that, dude. I doubt that.
He hasn't done
Not an
anything.
actor, you're not a fucking. I mean, Alec Baldwin is about to go on trial for shooting a fucking camera woman. Come on,
Right?
right? You're just gonna stick a loaded gun in your mouth, and you have kids? Okay.
Dude, imagine his kids seeing that.
I know we were talking about it last night. I'm telling you that was fucking sick. That was fucking sick.
And this is like the type of community where there's fucking creeps that would like wait until his children are old enough to be on social media to like send them shit.
Yeah.
There's that type of weirdos here.
I know. I know. I don't know, Yoda. I gotta be honest, dude. I'm just a dude that's been on the internet for a long time that found some fucked up people and was like, what the fuck am I witnessing here?
Right, same here.
That's it.
Like, I started playing this game called RuneScape in 2003. and that's like when I started like really like being on the internet, and there was never shit like what's around here when I was like involved
Well,
on the internet like I was.
I was telling Voodoo Queen, my girlfriend, the other day, I said I used to boot like because that's the thing that all these people are saying, right? They're oh, this guy's a kid groomer and this and that and the other, and he's got kids on his server and grooming them and blah blah blah. And they're all saying that about each other. Well, back in what 2000 maybe 6, 7, whenever what was the name of that game?
I think they're doing a lot of projecting when they talk like that.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of the name of that game. It was Tom Clancy's something. No, not Godfather. Six, something
Rainbow
six,
Six.
Rainbow Six. When that one came out, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I had an Xbox, right? I bought the Xbox because of the Godfather, and the Godfather was not at that time an online game. Rainbow Six was. I used to play the fuck out of Rainbow Six. I would kick kids off my fucking server. Like, anybody that came over and was like, "I'm a lawyer," I'd be like, "You're banned, bitch." you know, you know. I mean, I wouldn't talk too much shit to them, but I didn't want kids on my fucking server because most of the time it was like college kids. I think I was probably, in my early 20s, mid 20s, or whatever. I want no fucking
Mm-hmm.
kids on my goddamn server. I don't even want him to be heard on my shit. I don't know.
Yeah,
So
and I see you saying that, and it's when I was playing this game called RuneScape, like we I was actually like selling my money to a woman who had two sons that played the game with. She played the game with her sons. And there was a lot of adults that played that game, and there was this TeamSpeak server that I was in, and there were a few adults in there. And I was
uh,
about 14 or so when I was there. But they never
but
got like all sexually grotesque with me or started talking disgusting.
yeah. Well, like I said, it didn't. My thing was it didn't occur to me that it would go that way, right? That's what I was telling Voodoo Queen is that it was more of kids shouldn't be hearing the things that or seeing the things that are going down on these servers. So I would boot them.
Oh,
I would
definitely.
get the fuck out of here. Go back to your fucking whatever game you were playing before you came on here. I mean, and
Right.
that was just me. I mean, I don't know that other people did that. I don't know that there were because, like I said, I worked a job. I was a machinist for years while I was playing those games, and I'd come home at 2 o'clock in the afternoon or whatever, and I'd get on, and there might be one or two 12-year-olds, and I'd be like, "Boot, boot, get the fuck out of here. You don't need to be here or deserve to be here." And a lot of the other ones, as you got to know them over the years, were college kids, or they were other adults, or you were playing with people in the UK. You know what I mean? So you knew that
Mm-hmm.
Shiva. You know what I mean? You knew that that was another adult, so you didn't have to boot them. And when I
Right.
say server, it wasn't necessarily server. It was whoever had the best at that time internet connection. I think wasn't necessarily a server. It was. I guess it kind of was a server. Usually, when I played, usually I had the best connection. So those people would connect to me, but whatever. So yeah, man, like I said, I don't have any ill will towards Rebel. I don't know what the fuck's going on there. If you're telling me that he does this from time to time, then I guess he does this from time to time.
Yeah, I feel like it's a ploy to get money or sympathy to get money because he's talking about his car right now a lot lately and not being able to drive it.
Yeah,
And it's like, dude, you had all summer long to get a job and make money to fix that car. Like, you can't expect to buy a car and it just go forever. You have to put some maintenance into it.
right. Yeah.
Like,
Well,
he doesn't get things.
I mean, it is what it is, right? I mean, you know, I mean, he'll either learn that or and practice it and fight through it, or he won't. I guess. I mean, I don't know. I
And
don't
the thing
know.
is, like, he used to have people that would really be like a big benefactor for him and really like give him large amounts of money if he wanted it. And he basically ran him off doing what he's doing now.
Which is running everybody off.
And these people would legit give him like $1,000 if he needed it.
Well, I mean, like I said, it is what it is. I don't know what else to say about it. I feel for the guy. I know that he wants a show, I guess,
Right.
because you know, I don't know, dude. I'm not into every shock jock that's on YouTube. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't. I don't know. You know,
I hear you.
if I can't relate to your sense of humor and all that, then I'm out. Um,
Exactly.
you know, but I don't know, dude. I just can't see running off the people that that actually support you. So did he run Shelly off too?
Yep.
What the
I
fuck?
think he banned Shelly even.
Well, I know he banned me.
Yeah, he banned Shelly, and that's pretty crazy. He banned her. Like, she's a big supporter of his and like somebody who's actually kind to him on
Yeah,
a different level, like gives him, I want to say like love, but gives him affection that he doesn't get from other people.
yeah.
So I don't.
Well, and I mean, and the other thing is that's what he says he wants, right? You know, he's always talking about wanting that from other people, and the people that come around and give that to him, then he's like, fuck off.
Yep.
So
He wants you to like basically fight for his love and his affection. That's the way I see it.
yeah, that's actually Yoda. That's a good point of view regarding that. Um, he does want that. He wants more than maybe you and I or anybody else. Maybe Shelley, even though it was like not undying love, right? But just hey, we're here for you.
Mm-hmm.
He wants more than that, and because I guess we didn't give it, you don't. Um,
You can't give it like that on the internet if you're not being to give something
to
back.
reciprocate.
Right.
Yeah.
If you're going to push people away, that you're
Well,
gonna do, then
that's
what you're gonna do.
and that's why I got pissed off at the money. I was like, dude, what they're saying about you is kind of true. Like if you're not paying me, you know, 10, 20, $30 a day to be on here per person, right? If you're talking about me, if you're talking about Yoda, and you're talking about Shelly, right? Then you fuck off. You don't deserve to be here. Well, okay. I don't know.
Yep.
I could be wrong about that. You know, and I'm willing to admit that I could be wrong about that. Like maybe that's not the way he feels, but that's the way it seems to me.
It's a manipulation tactic, is what it is. He's
Yeah.
just being a clown. He wants people to like really, I don't know, like really fight for him and be like, yeah, Rebel's the man. And
So freedom for all. Does Yoda really go around bashing women? I mean, look, okay. You know
no,
what?
Who is this?
This shit pisses me. I mean, it doesn't piss me off, but okay, hang on. Why don't you come up and tell me about all the women that Yoda has bashed? You listen to
so
this guy on panel? You think he's fucking going around beating up women? Seriously?
so they've done this thing all summer long where they've tried to say that I stalk women and I've been in all the women's DMs and shit like that, when it's like, if anything, the women are trying to be in my DMs, and if I
There's
if I ever
there,
messaged
there,
them, it was a
there's
sentence and that's it.
there's the link. Right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yoda be like, oh, you know, your ass looks hot or something. You know?
Not even.
So come on up and tell me all about it. Ask Ace. Ask Cindy. Ask Cindy. Are you
Ace
fucking
isn't
kidding
doesn't
me, man?
qualify.
Cindy's like 100 years old.
You know, check this out, bedtime clown. So you got this woman. So Andrew's girlfriend, she causes a lot of problems with other women in the community, and
Shocker.
she has a huge jealousy issue. So
Shocker.
people have taken notice of it and they make stock accounts on it to make fun of it. And
Yeah.
I don't have any stock accounts currently to make fun of it because I make fun of it blatantly. Like, I've given them ideas. I've given them their idea to what to do on the weekend, the past 2 weekends, because I was making fun of him for never doing anything on the weekends with his girlfriend. So
freedom for all. I just want to ask you, what do you want to do with Cindy? You want to do you want to face plant your face up in her ass? You want to, you know what I mean? Do you want to, what is it? Motorboat between her tits with Cindy?
oh, and that's another thing. Like, there's this chick Rue, and they like to perpetuate trouble between her and I by saying bullshit, and it's just fucking pathetic.
So what do you think, dude? Do you think that that's what's his name? Tonic? You think that's Tonic?
It could be.
No, he wouldn't jump up on panel. He called me a coward, but he wouldn't.
If he was to come on panel, he would porn bomb you.
Yeah.
Like, they're scumbags.
Why do you care? Why you're pissed off at Yoda Doug, and so you feel like you're telling on him? What's the deal?
It's like, if you're a scuzzy woman, I'm gonna call you a scuzzy woman. especially if you're on YouTube and you're a public figure doing this shit. But I'm not going to be grotesque about it, you know. I'm just going to be like, you're nasty, or like you're gross. Like, I don't say shit like, I'm not even going to say it, you know. But
that makes no sense. Bedtime. Come on, you'll see on your own. Well, what do you? I mean, what the what? Why are you talking in cryptic fucking messages? I posted the goddamn link. You can come up here and talk for your fucking self. And who the fuck am I? I'm no one. I am literally no one in this community. Or I should say that community, because I don't really give a fuck about it. You know?
I don't think it's about you. I think whoever this person is, and I would guess that this is a woman or a jealous man.
it's probably a man child.
I mean, come on up, I guess. You know, I don't give a fuck. Come on up.
They're on a sock account. They're not going to come up.
I'll put you on channel.
Like, if they can't say it on their main account, then yeah.
Yeah, dude. I don't know, man. I don't get these fucking people. I really don't get what like what the fuck the purpose is. What their goal is. I don't know, man. I don't get any of it.
They want to cause drama for entertainment purposes, like reality TV in a sense. That's what it's basically all about.
Why is Rebel #1 simp here?
Who is that?
I hope Rebel doesn't get mad. I told him to be kind.
They're just the person that wants good for Rebel. Like, I haven't seen him say anything bad.
Well, yeah, I mean, look, if Rebel wants to come up here, I mean, he's more than welcome. You know, I don't have a problem with Rebel. I don't know why he's got a problem with me, but I don't have a problem with him. But, you know, I don't get you motherfuckers coming in here and doing this shit. Doesn't make sense to me.
So that's another thing. Like, when there's a new streamer like you and they find their channel and somebody like me comes up and you've kind of taken, like, we're acquainted, so we're talking yah, and so they think we're friends, we're buddies. So their goal is to move in and basically character assassinate.
Gotcha.
But that is so childish. I thought that these were adults.
Well, they're man children.
Some of them even have children. Well, I don't think they have custody, but let's not get into that.
Oh, yeah. Right. Gotcha. I hope Rebel doesn't get mad. I told him to be kind or he will lose all his support.
They get very jealous. Be careful.
Oh, they probably banned you, simp. Like, next time you go there, you're going to hear it from him. You know who the new Queen of England is?
No, who is it? I heard she died.
Yeah, it's Rebel.
Oh. Yeah. That was another thing. A person that I do mod for early this morning. It was like 3 or 4 in the morning. Was it later?
Yeah.
Maybe 6 in the morning. she sent me a message. She said the queen had died. So I go Googling it, and I'm like, no, she hasn't. And it turns out, when I woke up later this afternoon, yeah, she had died.
Yeah, I saw. Like, I'm subscribed to the royal family YouTube page, and they were live, and they had like over 10,000 people viewing their shit. And I seen
Can I
that, and
ask you why? Why? Why the fuck are you, Yoda Doug, tool collecting channel, who's based in the United States? I think Arizona. Am I gonna?
I'm in Oregon.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Even further away. Why the fuck are you subscribed to the Queen's
Yeah, I know.
channel?
I do a lot of like deep diving in the internet late at night, and so I come
Cool.
across some crazy things. I'm subscribed to like 1,000 channels on YouTube.
Okay.
So
I've seen his subscribe list. It's ridiculous.
You are a YouTube whore, Yoda.
You're my girlfriend said to you.
I haven't watched TV in almost 5 years, so
I know, bro. But
what I
listen,
do is I just subscribe to everything, so and hit notifications on, so it's like basically cable TV in a way.
Yeah.
it is.
I want to be able to see everything.
Well, that's how these creators are making money off YouTube.
Yeah.
Is because people are canceling their or were canceling their subscriptions to I don't know, what was it, bios and
Yeah, just the different.
what the fuck are the names,
Comcast.
Comcast or whatever else, and they're giving their money to these YouTube quote unquote creators. So
Oh, like through super chats and shit like that.
yeah, or memberships mainly.
Gotcha.
In my opinion, I could be wrong.
My channel's monetized.
That's nice. Mine's not.
I think I might get a check this month from YouTube.
Hey, buddy.
Even.
Can you do me a favor and get me 1,000 subscribers?
Dude, it's so much easier to get subscribers nowadays than it used to be. Like, it took me years, and I'm talking years, to get to where I'm at.
Dude, I've been on YouTube since 20. I've actually been on YouTube longer, but I think 2010 or so was when they required you to actually register an email address with it to, do whatever with whatever content. And so mine is, I think, April 2011. So yeah, I've been there, but I didn't do live streams.
Well, you weren't interested in it, and it wasn't available.
I worked a job.
I have one that's 2007. Hey, Teddy, enough. Shh. Enough. Wow, dog. No.
Rebel Simp, that's what I've heard a lot of people say. I don't like people, so I'll never have a channel.
Yeah, Rebel Simp is right about that. Super chat takes a big chunk.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, my channel isn't really about anything. I mean, if you read the description, it says it all. People hate content because other people are content, and nobody wants to talk about that, or they claim they don't. And so, fuck y'all. I don't give a shit. I'll find your ass on fucking Twitter or Instagram or TikTok or Craigslist, which is actually my where I came from. And I'll talk shit about you there. And we'll, if we run into, look me up, Flagtron 3000 on Craigslist. Go ahead, look me up. I don't give a fuck. I don't.
Is that like a form on Craigslist?
Yep. Go to the open forum and look up Flagtron 3000. That's me. Or go to the romantic advice forum. And if you need romantic advice, don't go to Rofo. Go to the Oppo.
And for all you crazy people from Craigslist, if you fuck with me and come to my house, I will blow your fucking brains out.
There you go. She said it. She's got a gun.
Did you meet her off Craigslist?
No.
Mutual
I would
friends.
never, ever, ever meet up with another person on Craigslist ever again. I did that years
Ever
ago.
again?
Yeah, ever again. No.
Tell us about the first time.
Okay. The first time I had gotten divorced, and I used a hooker, a transsexual hooker on Craigslist to get some coke. There you go. That was actually the first time.
What do you mean? Like you found out they're a tranny, so it's like, oh, I can't do anything with you, so can you just give me some blow?
No, I just wanted the blow, and not like the suck your dick kind, the cocaine.
Right?
He asked me, can you give me a ride from Arlington to Dallas, and I'll pick you up with an 8 cocaine? And I said, yes, I can do that.
That's sketch.
That's how it went.
Looking for drugs on Craigslist is probably the dumbest thing I've ever heard anybody do.
Thank you.
Maybe. Maybe. But yeah, no, that's, I mean, she asked me, can you give me a ride from I say she, from Arlington to Dallas? And I said, yes. And I drove and picked her up. She was about 6'4" or
Oh,
5.
Jesus.
Wow.
And she didn't expect me to suck her dick or do anything like that. She fucking came out of that apartment, and and she was like, drive to this address, and I drove to that address, and she went in for, I don't know, maybe 10 minutes, and she came out with my 8-ball of coke and gave it to me and was like,
How
okay,
much
thanks.
how much was it?
Maybe $200.
Jeez.
$180. This was back in like 2012 or so. Yeah, I mean, she came out, went in, and went out. I don't know what else to say. So
And it wasn't meth
no, I've never done that.
that you know of?
Smoked crack, done coke, never done meth.
I've done a little bit of experimenting, but I've never done meth or crack or what's acid. There's quite a few drugs I haven't done.
You've never done acid?
Yeah, you missed out on that.
Mm-mm.
Wow. I spent
I'll show you something though, real quick.
I spent 2 entire summers doing acid.
Shit, I did it for like 6 years.
Let me see what's up with my camera, and I'll show you something.
All right. Are you about to porn bomb me?
No.
Probably with tools.
Mushrooms?
Yep.
Oh. Now, I did like mushrooms. Not gonna lie. I would put those on a hamburger and probably eat them right now.
So that's the new knife I got today in the mail.
Nice.
And then I got another one right here in the mail today that I'm working on, doing some custom shit.
My favorite is it's the black. I don't know if I can show it. Hang on, let me see if I can show it. The black and white. Hang on. Let's see. Okay. Let me see how do I show this? Um.
Well, looks like I'm the show. Kind of messed up. He just ditches me like that. So my channel is Yoda Doug's Tool Collecting Channel. You can just go over there and subscribe. What is going on?
Hello.
What's up?
Okay. Yeah, fat fingers. Exactly. This damn thing won't let me talk. I don't know. my favorite knife is the Husky um, box knife, the black one. I don't know if you guys saw that earlier. Wait, now it's gonna let me change my cam. Hang on. But it's not gonna let me turn it around. Okay, so this is it. My favorite knife ever. I don't know if you guys can see that.
Hold it up more. There's a comment that's blocking it.
Like that.
Okay. I think I have one of those.
I've got like 10 of these. Well, not 10. Anyway, that's it.
I got a thing for ridiculously expensive pocket knives.
So that thing, that little knife, tiny little knife, with a razor blade, inside of it. Last time I was on the lake, helped me fix my uh, trolling motor issue that I had when the rope broke for the trolling motor.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
What kind of boat do you have? It's a fishing boat or what?
I've got a 17-foot Pro Crappie 175 bass tracker. Yeah, I know that's a contradiction in terms, but that's what I've got.
A nice boat.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. I mean, it's not bad. It's a 08.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the old man that I bought it from, he was 90 something years old, unable to use it anymore. And
Right.
yeah, he kept it inside since 08.
It's
And
pretty nice.
90, yeah, he was 90 something. He was old. And he wanted 5 for it. I was like, well, let me go check it out. And I mean, look, you can still see the damn um, what's it called?
There's an awful background noise.
That's the cicadas.
Yeah,
Like
it's
a
probably
hissing noise.
yeah, the cicadas. Yeah, or whatever we call them. You can still see the on the tags, like for everything, the barcode numbers
Mm-hmm.
in the barcode on everything on the boat, including the trailer. So, yeah.
What's a cicada?
A locust.
That's making that noise?
Yep.
Wow.
That's a bug. Yep. It's about 1.5 inches long, or maybe 2 inches long, and they are loud. And yeah, so sorry for the
Is there a
background.
lot of them out there or what?
There's probably at least 5 of them that we can hear right now. There may be more. They I don't know, man. They do that shit.
They get loud at night?
Only when the sun's going down. So there's nothing I can really do about them.
Yeah, I hear you. Fucking bugs.
You guys, you're in Arizona, right?
Oregon.
Oregon. You guys don't have them up there?
Not those ones. Like we have grasshoppers,
Gotcha.
but not no loud ass screaming locusts.
Yeah, fuckers are loud. And they, what's fucked up is they don't come around every year down here. It's usually every 17 years. But the screwed up part is that this 17-year cycle of these cicadas was like 4 years ago, supposedly, right? But yet they're still around. So, yeah. Yup.
Are they an invasive species?
No, they
Tell him about that cicada.
like I said, they'll go underground for 15 years or so. You won't see or hear from them. Down here in the south, at least. I don't know what it's like up in the north, but you won't see from them or hear from them. And then all of a sudden they pop up, and they'll be around for a year or two, 3, 4, 5. I don't know. And they're fucking loud as shit. You'll see them on fences and not on vehicles or anything like that. Like, I don't recall ever seeing that, but usually chain link fences you would see there. Well, people here used to call them June bugs. They're not June bugs. They're actually cicadas or whatever. And when they come up out of the ground, they do look kind of like a June bug shell. They're bigger. We do get June bugs. Don't get me wrong. We may get them in May. We may get them in July. But we do get June bugs. But they don't shed their exoskeleton like these bugs do.
Gotcha.
So
Yeah, like where I'm at in the valley, we don't really have too many weird insects.
Gotcha.
Yeah, nothing weird. Like we don't even have like giant mosquitoes or horseflies. Like you might see a horsefly every now and then, but not a lot of them.
Dude, so when I used to grow pot, right? I don't know, 10 years ago or something.
Mm-hmm.
I would have these flies that would pop up on these fucking plants or around these plants. And these motherfuckers would be. We have horse flies down here, don't get me wrong, right? But I don't ever see psychedelic colors on, the horse, a large fly, like I did when I was growing pot,
Mm-hmm.
We do have horse flies, but they're, like I said, they're normally black and gray. That's about it. But when I was growing pot, the horse flies that I would call horse flies that were that large, they had some crazy fucking colors on them, so we do get those. Never seen those out in the wild, but of course I haven't seen any pot plants out in the wild either. So
I have.
take that for what it's worth. Well,
A
go
couple of
ahead.
summers ago, I was walking on the farmer's field that I live by, and I came across about 4 plants, and nobody ever picked them or did anything with them, so I went and picked them one night. Yeah, before the weather came in.
south of Lake Ray Hubbard, I used to work years ago. Uh, the authorities supposedly found 80 or 800 something plants in a field right south of where I worked. We never knew it was there, never saw it. Of course, you know, I was a welder, so it's not like I would see it or know it, but you would have thought that we would have smelled it, right? As close as
Right.
it was. Maybe, I don't know, 1,000 yards from where our little warehouse was. You would think that we would have smelled it, but we didn't. Uh, yeah, they spotted that one from the air, supposedly.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Bastards.
Well, that was way back in 2010 or so. I don't necessarily think that that's so odd because that was I used to where I was working that job was like right south of the Mesquite Airport. So I don't think that was so far fetched that they spotted it from the air. They probably did.
Well, they use those cameras, those, I don't know how, what are they? Not radar, but
Well,
what is it?
yeah
Infrared cameras.
and I worked with a bunch of kids that were way younger than me, and we got the bright idea one day that we were going to build a potato cannon
Mm-hmm.
or gun. So we welded this canister together, this aluminum canister. We welded a front and a top, or a top and a bottom on it, however you want to say it, that could take um, different sized. How can I say it? Trying to think of what the word is. Different sized barrels on it. So, like the top of it had like a 2-inch male threaded aluminum end, right? A male end, and then you adapter. You could put different adapters on it. Because the company I worked for at the time, they sold uh, it's for agricultural. Like you drive past fields and you see the
sprinkler system. It's the
the sprinkler. Yes, it's like an A-frame. It goes, the sprinkler system. Exactly. So okay, so we would take, or we took those 2-inch valves and we welded them to like a plate that had a hole in it, and welded that to a canister, and then welded, a bottom on the canister. So what you could do with those 2-inch valves is you could change the barrel diameter. Well, size wise. So we changed it one day. Like the first day we built it, we were launching like Coke cannons out of it. So on the top of it, it had trying to remember what it's called, a butterfly valve. That's how we would release the air out of it that we would fill it up with. So anyway, first day we were doing like a Coke can, and then we did, I don't know, an apple. Well, the next day we did an Ajax can. so I go out behind my little bay door where my work area was. I have this thing filled with air. I've got the butterfly valve, in my hand. I've got the thing leaned up against my leg.
I thought you were talking about as a kid you made this, but you're talking about as a grown
Yeah, I was like 30 something. And I
How old
put
are
that
you now?
to my leg, and I opened that butterfly valve and popped that fucker out. And it went right towards the goddamn Mesquite airport and exploded in midair. Well,
Damn.
this is at the time when they're talking about um, what's
September
it,
11th?
anthrax
Oh, that's nice.
and all that shit. So all
Mhm.
this white powder is just floating in the air through the fucking or towards the fucking airport. We all ran inside. Fuck out of here. Yeah, I was like
Right.
33, I think. Yeah, I mean, whatever. We're thinking that much. Listen, we also shot a goddamn a 32 round bullet off with my torch on my TIG welder, right? Because we took a 1 inch diameter pipe, aimed it outside, and took my torch and put it on the very, at the very end, just close enough, right, to the bullet round. Then we took my pedal and went to the other goddamn end of the pipe and pushed down on the pedal, and we grounded it, struck the arc, and kaboom, shot the bullet off. Yeah, we were dumb. Always been dumb. Not gonna deny it. I'm sure. I'm sure Yoda's done some stupid shit like that before.
Somewhat. Kind of, not really, a little bit, maybe.
You mean to
Willing to tell.
you mean to tell me that you have never shot or had a friend or lit for a friend, I don't know, a firecracker while he shot that thing up in the air with a bow and arrow so that it could go up in the air and land, and it could either explode in the air or
Nah,
land.
nothing like that.
Mm.
I one time almost set my garage and house on fire from pouring gasoline into a lit candle.
I've done that, not exactly the same way, but I've almost set my house and garage on fire doing the same shit. It was with a fucking a torch that
Like
you
when
would
you
not
pour
like
gas into
solder
a
pellets
flame,
together. Huh?
when you pour gas into a flame, it pretty much travels up
Yeah,
and ignites everything.
yeah.
I clearly do not have enough insurance on me.
I
I don't do this
only
shit
melted the gas can a little bit. That was the only thing that happened.
I mean, one time when we were 16 years old or so, there's a rock quarry not too far from where we live now that me and my friends used to go to, and we would start a bonfire, right? And I threw the entire plastic gasoline can after pouring the gas on top of it, right? And it climbing up, just like you're saying. I threw the whole fucking thing into the goddamn bonfire. And, well, it didn't burn the rock quarry down. Obviously, it's a rock quarry, but there were woods around. Yeah. When I was 18 and had my own apartment, 18 or 19, I went out and lit the fucking service road of the highway that ran next door to it on fire by launching not on purpose. I was launching, it was 4th of July, and I was launching, I can't remember what they call them.
Roman candles?
Roman candles. That's it. Roman candles. Um, I leaned them up against the fucking fence, and it caught the goddamn service road on fire. Then I went out there and tried to put it out. That didn't work. and I got caught by the fucking police department because I was trying to put the damn thing out, and I confessed. Yeah, the Roman candles. You know.
So we can't get the good stuff in Oregon, but I'm only about 40 miles from the Washington border where you can get the good stuff.
Oh. How far are you from Truckee, California?
Where's Truckee at?
Northern California, near Reno, not too far from Reno.
I'd say that's maybe like an 8-hour drive.
8 hours. Okay.
Let's say about that.
I was just curious.
Like it's about maybe a little bit more because it's about 4 hours to Medford, and that's right on the Oregon border. It's about 6 hours to Shasta.
Gotcha. Okay. No, there's this case. Me and Voodoo Queen been caught up in that's in Truckee. It's in far northern California, but I guess it's about 8 hours from you. It's not too far from Reno, and you know, some people are saying that it's fake. Other people are saying it's real. Uh, Not asking you to go down there, but I was just curious as to how far you were from it.
Gotcha.
Mm,
Yeah, good day's drive.
yeah, yeah. Further than Houston from me is, yeah.
Yeah, Texas, pretty big.
Yeah, but it's only about a 5 hour, maybe at the most, depending on traffic, 5 hours from Dallas to Houston. Uh, usually about 4.
Gotcha.
But I haven't been I've never been. Um, I've been to Nevada, California, but I haven't been Oregon, California. So I don't really know. You know what I mean? Like what that drive is like, or what that trip would be like. Been to Four Corners. Been to Arizona, New Mexico. And traveled between those states by vehicle, but I didn't know what that trip would be like. Actually,
Long. When you drive out west, it's a long ways to go in between places.
the way they make it sound online, it sounds like it's a lot closer. The way they
I
make it
know.
sound.
That's because there's like nothing in between. It's like
Yeah,
if you want to go somewhere, you got to go all the way out there.
yeah. Well, yeah. Actually, yes. What you're saying, I've heard people say too. They're like, well, why would someone go from Nevada to California if they were working as a AAA driver or whatever? And people are saying, well, the reason for that is because there's nothing here.
Yeah.
So
Services are far and few between
right,
out west when you get into like rural areas.
right.
Like I worked in some places in Northern California where it was maybe a 2-hour drive to the next McDonald's, to the closest McDonald's actually.
Well, and not only that, but I've never been to Reno. I've only been to Vegas, but Vegas is quite. I mean, it's a drive, right, to California from Vegas. Because the only place I've been in California is El Segundo, but I would imagine it's kind of the same thing if you're talking about like maybe where you're at to Northern California. It's quite a drive.
Yeah.
Um, and people are saying too, well, why would a county, in in Nevada have control over, or an investigation or whatever in California. Well, if that lake is actually in a county in Nevada called Nevada County, that's why, even though it's located in California. I mean, we have that in Texas too with Lake Texoma. There are parts of Lake Texoma that are actually in Texas counties that aren't in Oklahoma, even though the majority of the lake is actually located in Oklahoma.
Right.
Okay. So anyway, dude, I'm gonna get off here, man. I listen, if you don't mind, tell Rebel, hey, dude, I don't mean any harm towards you, bro. You know what I mean? If you talk to him or
All
whatever,
right.
and that I don't.
He's probably watching.
That I don't mean any harm towards you, obviously. So you know what I mean? Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm gonna hop down. I gotta get ready for work myself.
All right, bro. Have a good work, I guess, night, and I'll see you around the tubes tomorrow or the next day.
Sounds good. It's nice talking to you.
All right, dude. Thanks for coming up.